Order. The roll call is myself present, Alderman Massey present. Absent is Council President Rodriguez. Approval of minutes, motion to accept the minutes of 11/27/24.
So move.
Moved by Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item is item new business 3.1, authorization to approve a transfer within a 24 sewer budget. To Wheel requesting from sewage material and supplies $2,340 to sewage training. Motion by myself,
Second.
second by Massey. Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.2, authorization to approve the agreement with Tri-State Geese Police for Canadian geese control in 2025. And be that resolved that the Board of Estimate and Apportionment authorizes the agreement with Tri-State Geese Police for Canadian geese control in '25. The rate is $3.85 a week, which is a $10 increase from last year. Their work last year met expectations in reducing the geese population in our parks. Be it further resolved, the Board of Estimate authorizes the mayor to sign the agreement. Motion by
So moved.
Massey, seconded by myself. Any further comment?
You did see that misspelling, but that's...
Perks rather than parks. I wasn't going to point it out, Mr. Massey. I think everyone understood that it was parks rather than perks. But Mr. McCormick, please note your typo. Is that what you want me to say? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Authorization to enter into a renewal agreement with Nearmap. Be it resolved that the Board of Estimate and Apportionment authorizes an agreement with Nearmap to capture aerial imagery twice a year for use in the assessor's office. Be it further resolved, the mayor is authorized to sign such agreement. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Massey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.4, authorization to transfer funds within the 24 Police Department budget. Chief Awanchu requesting the City of Middletown Common Council approve and authorize the treasurer to transfer within the Police Department 24 budget line to cover the following. Personal services, $15,000 to other equipment. Personnel training, $3,700 to other equipment. And that's for the purchase of RBT equipment. The first one was for the purchase of a new drone. Third item is OSHA requirements to chemical analysis to cover a budget shortfall of $1,250. Next is personnel training to background investigation to cover cost of new hires. Next is personnel services to repairs to equipment, $5,000 to cover costs for the new engine in car 12. Personal services to office expense for the replacement of the board for the classrooms, $2,000. And personal services, $15,000 to overtime to cover a shortfall within the 2024 budget. Motion by myself,
Second.
second by Massey. Any explanations required?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.5, authorization to approve the RPT proposal for auditing services for the fiscal year. It says 24, should be 25? Should be 25. Authorization to approve the RBT proposal for auditing services for fiscal year 25. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Massey, and this will authorize the mayor to sign the agreements also. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Authorization to approve and renew Perma Workman's Comp contract for 2025. Leonora requesting approval to renew the Perma Comp contract for 25 and authorization for the mayor to sign. Motion by
So moved.
Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3.7, authorization to approve the stratagem securities proposed for Jerry's Park, Robert Street, Orchard Street, City Hall, Senior Center, and Recreation Security Systems upgrades only. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Massey. Do we need authorization for me to sign too? Yeah, so we'll offer an amendment to authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Massey. All in favor on the amendment?
Aye.
Aye. So voting on the amended resolution, that's authorizing to approve the contract and authorizing the mayor to sign. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Authorization, item 3.8, authorization to approve the assessment collector's warrant for 2025. Leonora Liz is requesting from the Board of Estimate to approve the assessment collector's warrant for 2025.
So moved.
Motion by Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.9, authorization to approve an agreement with Don Paris and RBT CPA for ARPA consulting services. Leonora Liz requesting from the Board of Estimate authorization to approve an agreement with Don Paris and RBT for ARPA consulting services, and further resolve to be reviewed by Corporation Counsel, and further resolve the mayor to sign all agreements. Motion by myself,
Second.
second by Mr. Massey. Leonora, when will that end? Will that,
It will, they are required to report as long as we have expenses, so.
so as
up
long as, until we
until-
spend the money, okay.
Right, so it's 2026 is the last year we have
Okay,
to fully expend the funds.
gotcha.
Is there an amount, Joe, at all?
Yeah, there's an amount, it's an hourly amount, if I remember right.
Correct, there's an hourly amount. For Don, it's about 400 a quarter. He files the report every quarter. And for RBT, it's about 1,700.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.10, authorization to obligate the remaining ARPA funds. Leonora Liz requesting the Board of Estimates to further obligate the remaining unspent ARPA funds in the following matter, and authorization to appropriate the funds to the account lines accordingly. Further requesting to authorize the use of ARPA funds towards the Empress ambulance contract from 25-26. The city needs to obligate state and local recovery funds received but not yet obligated or spent. The city Middletown has to obligate those funds to be in compliance with the December 31st, 2024 deadline. Attaches an additional schedule of how those funds are being obligated. All necessary contracts or purchase orders are in place or will be in place by December 31st, 2024. And there is a group of numbers that are attached to this, and that is, you have remaining balance, Leonora, that's after these are changed?
So after we did the first round of annual obligations, we still had this $29,000. This was from the infill project that we're no longer doing. So this is the remaining balance, and we're going to appropriate it towards these costs. Most of this is 2024. The remaining we're looking to use towards the ambulance services.
Okay. And just to be clear, this is not additional ARPA money, we're just internally doing some bookkeeping in order to make sure the money is spent in compliance with the federal guidelines.
Correct. This is not in addition. This is
Right.
the ARPA fund that we already received.
Right. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.11, authorization to transfer within the 24 community development budget. Maria Bruni requesting to authorize the treasurer to transfer within the community development budget advertising $650 to equipment rental. Motion by myself, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Massey. Any questions of Ms. Bruni? She's here. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Item 3.12, authorization to approve a 2% increase for all department heads and full-time non-union employees. Requesting from the Board of Estimate to authorize a 2% salary increase for all department heads and full-time non-union employees effective January 1st, 2025. List is attached. Motion by myself.
All right, Joe, I just got to ask a question. Obviously, I'm part of this. Should I remove me from this and wait for you guys?
Yes, that's not a bad idea. Are you on the list here?
Yeah, I am.
Yes. All right, so we have a motion to remove Mr. Massey from the list because Mr. Rodriguez is not here. and he would have to abstain if his name was on there, so.
Right.
Motion to
Move me.
remove, and I think you can vote on the motion because it's the removal.
Yes.
Remove a conflict. So, all in favor of removing Mr. Massey from the list? Aye,
Aye. You did say from the list.
from the list.
Okay.
I'd like to remove you permanently,
Well,
but I
know,
can't do
that's
that.
what
But, so now we're voting on the amended list, which excludes Mr. Joseph G. Massey. Now, just before we vote, I have talked to a few of the department heads, and I'm sure, and the non-union folks, their salary increases over the past few years have been below the union contracts. I'm hoping that in 2025, sometime, based on some projected, once the projected additional revenues come in, based on the hard work of a lot of the department heads, that we'll be able to adjust this number at some point. But right now, it's at 2%.
Okay.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Water and sewer adjustments, we have none. Motion to adjourn. All in favor?
All in favor, aye.
Aye.